All right, to preview topic 11, we'll start with reviewing vocabulary on page 632. Review what you know. Choose the best term for the box and write it in the blank. A meter is a unit of length in the blank system of measurement. And it's got the word meter in it. It's metric. So meter is in the metric system of measurement. So that was be number one. A foot is a unit of length in we call it the customary system of measurement. Customary. A foot is a unit of length in the customary system. Division has an inverse relationship with multiplication. We talked about that in our multiplication and division of fractions topics. And then number 4, and blank shows the number of times a base is used as a factor. And for that one, we're going to say exponent, the exponent. The exponent shows the number of times a base is used as a factor. And let's preview some of the concepts. So find each product. Remember, solve a simpler problem. 6 times 6 is 36. And then we throw a 0 in there. 24 times 10 to the third. We know that's 10 to the third is 1,000. So we say 24. And that exponent tells us it's 3 zeros, which is 1,000. 16 times 7. And remember, I can use the distributive property to try to do this in my head. 10 times 7 is 70. Plus 6 times 7 is 42. So when I add that all together, I get 112. 8 to the second power times 1.6. When you multiply by an exponent, you're going to move the decimal to the right. And in this case, we'll move it 2 places. 1, 2. We're going to annex a 0. So we get 160 on that. 100 times 34. Solve a simpler problem. 1 times 34 is 34. Bring our 2 zeros over. Number 10, when we multiply by an exponent, we're going to move the decimal to the right. And the exponent tells us how many places. So 1, 2, 3, 4. In this case, we're going to have to annex 2 zeros. And when we multiply by an exponent, we move the direction in that. We move the decimal to the right. And in this case, 2 places. So we're going to have 4610.2. 10 to the first power, we move the decimal 1 place. So we'll wind up with 0.05. Now finding each quotient. So we're switching to division. When we divide by 100, we're going to move the decimal to the left. So 100 will move it 2 places. So when I divide by 100, I get 10. 176 divided by 16. I could set up the division algorithm off to the side. 16 goes into 17 one time. Bring down the 6. 16 goes into 16 one time, so I have 11. For number 15, I can solve a simpler problem here and say 6 goes into 36 6 times. I can cancel out zeros and bring my 1 extra 0 over, or I can always go and do the algorithm, do the math. 60 goes into 36 6 times, 360. And when we bring down the 0, we say it goes in 0 times. And then number 16, 24 divided into 120. 120 divided by 24 is 24 times 5 is 120. So our answer is 5. And then down the bottom, circle the more appropriate unit of length for each measurement. So this is, you have to have an awareness of what each of these is. Before we begin this unit, you want to try to look around the house and see if you can remember some of the stuff from last year. The capacity of a swimming pool. Would you measure a swimming pool in liters, which is like a bottle of soda, or milliliters, which is like an eyedropper. So we're going to measure that in liters. The length of an ear of corn, are we going to use a yardstick or are we just going to use inches? We're going to use inches. The mass of a gorilla, are we going to use grams or kilograms? Grams are like the weight of a paperclip. So we're going to use kilograms, which are our bigger measurement. The weight of a tennis ball, are we going to use ounces or pounds? Tennis balls are really light. We're going to use ounces. Would you use more centimeters or meters to measure the length of a car? Which would you use more of? You would use more centimeters because they're tiny. And a centimeter is like the equivalent of the width of your finger, you could say. And a meter is from the floor to the doorknob is about a meter. So you would use more centimeters. And also I do want to briefly go over the next couple pages are vocabulary pages for you. And you might want to cut these out and make flashcards out of them. You've got some equivalencies on there to review. 1 inch equals 12 inches equals a foot. 1 foot equals 12 inches. 1 yard equals 3 feet or 36 inches. 1 mile, 1,760 yards or 5,280 feet. And that is linear measurement. That's like length. Now we're going to get into capacity, which is liquid measurement. Cups, fluid ounces, pints, quarts, and gallons are all customary units of capacity. 1 cup is 8 fluid ounces. 8 fluid ounces is 1 cup. 1 pint is 2 cups. Customary unit of length equivalent to 12 inches is a foot. A customary unit of length less than 1 foot is an inch. Customary unit of length equal to 5,280 feet is a mile. Customary unit of length equal to 3 feet is a yard. Customary unit of capacity equal to 8 fluid ounces is a cup. Blank is the volume of container of measurement in liquid units. Sorry, my phone's buzzing here. So I forget where I was. So sorry. Here we go. Capacity is, here I was on this one. Capacity is the volume. Customary unit of capacity, 2 cups is equal to a pint. Customary unit of capacity equal to 8 ounces is a cup. 1 quart is 2 pints. 1 gallon is 4 quarts. The weight of a peach is 7 ounces. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. 1 pound is 16 ounces. 16 ounces is a pound. A kilometer is 1,000 meters. A meter is 100 centimeters. And a customary unit of capacity equal to 4 quarts is a gallon. 2 pints is a quart. 2,000 pounds is a ton. Weight is a measurement of how light or heavy something is. 1 pound is less than a pound measurement is the ounce measurement. 16 ounces is a pound. 100 centimeters is a meter. 1,000 meters is a kilometer. And then we've got some more. The brick has a mass of 3 kilograms. 1,000 milligrams is a gram. 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. A metric unit of length less than a centimeter, and it's on the reverse side. The answer's on the reverse side. So if you cut them out, you can see the answer there. A metric unit of length less than a centimeter is a millimeter. A metric unit of length equal to 10 millimeters is a centimeter. Metric unit of capacity less than 1 liter is a milliliter. 1,000 liters is a liter. Metric unit mass less than a gram is a kilogram. What are we doing here? Mass is the measure of the amount of matter in an object. A metric unit of mass equal to 1,000 grams is a kilogram. Metric unit of mass equal to 1,000 milligrams is a gram. So we are going to need to be reviewing all those vocabulary words and keep those cards handy.